No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I spent plenty of time this offseason listening to people debate about whether Derek Carr is actually a top 10 quarterback in the NFL or whether he's more a middle-of-the-pack guy. If he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, then you're thinking playoffs for your team.
Carry from Marshawn Lynch. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Second down, Lynch. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Michael Brockers in on the stop. A look now at the Oakland offense.
Let's highlight a big strength of this team, the offensive line led by Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson. All three were Pro Bowlers in 2017, but it didn't translate as well as they wanted on offense. Just 23rd in scoring and a 6-10 record.
Throwing his car on third down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be quarterbacked by Jared Goff, the third-year man out of Cal and the Novato, California native.
It always comes down to the talent of a player first, but never underestimate what good coaching can do for you as well. How about Jared Goff, 0-7 as a rookie, to 11-4 in an NFC West title in his second season? The arrival of Sean McVay and his staff, they really jumped up his game. 28 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions in 2017.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
I love watching Todd Gurley play because I think back to when he got drafted and so many people questioning taking him back that high. Well, you see exactly why. His ability to run, catch, and lead, it's a heck of a combination, and he leads the Rams.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Well, you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Goff now looking looks to throw. And got a man. It's Woods. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Gone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DC.
On 1st and 10, gone. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Now Goff on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Here's Harris to return it. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. For these Raiders, a couple of years ago, 12-4, 2017, big-time disappointment, 6-10. But as they head out on offense here, optimism abound because on headset number 1 is a man named John Gruden.
And I would expect this team to take on his image in a big way. And I'm not just talking about the media look, right, with the snarling face and all. I'm talking about what he demands from his teams. Toughness on both sides of the ball. So that means they're going to run the heck out of the football. Marshawn Lynch, get ready. You're going to get a lot more touches. Now, on the defensive side, Khalil Mack, a heck of a representative for what you want from a defensive football team.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here now, Johnny Townsend on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Well, we turn our attention to the Rams here as the offense comes out. So many positive vibes around this club entering 2018. Their 3rd season back in L.A., a new stadium on the way. And coming off of last year, Charles, and you said this to me in the car on the way over, it's going to be interesting to see what this year brings.
That's because they will actually be the team that's hunted now. And they haven't been that for a long time, meaning they're sitting on top of the NFC West. Many people think they might be the team to beat in the NFC overall, even with the Eagles and the Vikings staring at them. So explosive on offense last year. Defense kept getting better. And in the offseason, the defense added cornerback Marcus Peters, added defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, both Pro Bowlers. They think that they're ready right now to challenge for a Super Bowl, and they intend to go for it.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 7-0 is our score, and we're back to Oakland after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
DC, left, right, DC. 14.
Now gone. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Gurley again here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down throw. Goff got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Eventually, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him early, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Goff now looking to throw, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he needed a little assist from his friend, the right upright, but 3 points all the same.
Yeah, he's a right-footed kicker. Normally, you don't mess with the right upright as a right-footed kicker, right? You're trying to bring it back right to left. But in this case, he got the assist. Right was right.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around, and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. And time to remind you that coming up at halftime, we're off to see the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a wild opening weekend in the NFL.
It's good to have Coach along for the ride this year, although he would probably say it's good for him to have us along for his ride.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Goff on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Super one. Merlin. By 20. Maverick.
On first down, it's gone. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here we go. Shell. Right 20. Hold on. Check.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Zerline's kick is good. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. The Bills get out to a hot start as they get the road victory in their opener. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs start the campaign 1-0 with the road victory. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. The Falcons with the best possible start to their season, a road victory in the opener. In the game you're watching, it was Jared Goff with a strong first half. His guys lead on the road in Oakland as we get you back out to the East Bay and rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hold on. Check. We're good. Hot. 180.
They run. It's Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd in inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
Now Gurley. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Hey, lift! 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 Up! By 20!
Here's Gurley. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40.
Listen, 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 listen. Up! By 20!
Now it's Gurley, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Hey, lift! 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 We're good! We're good!
Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Super 66! 12, 12! 11, 5, 5.
On 1st down, gone. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A give. This is Kelly. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, fellas, here we go.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Rams add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Hey, kill, kill! We're going to sit on.
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short. And they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
We're good. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll hand it off to Kelly, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Kelly. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Johnny Hacker now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, he slipped right by him. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Carr, throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
185.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. It's caught. Nelson, past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jordy Nelson, his first ever touchdown in silver and black. And the Raiders get a score closer. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Nugent hits the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Again, it's Kelly. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, it's Kelly, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This is Harris. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 6 there on first. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. First down, Raiders. The former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You get out the first one for the second one to even matter.
And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Again, they'll throw with Carr, and that's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target, and it'll bring up third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
The Raiders on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Key at 33. Down. 185.
Again, it's Carr. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Throwing now is Carr. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now, Carr again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Down. 180.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or 2, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a 1-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, though?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains, wear down the clock, and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
They'll go again with Kelly. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 12 yards and a first down. They'll run with Kelly. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Hey, lift. 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 Lift.
This is Kelly. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Rams on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Brown. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, nice move. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Carl try it again on 2nd down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Shotgun now for Carr. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
On 1st down, Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. We've seen a lot of interceptions from Talib over the years, and that was a big one to help seal this win.
He has such good ball skills, just always seems to be around it. And when he gets a chance to make a winning play, as we just saw there, he tends to take it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Brown. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, it's Brown. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he finds Cook. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A Raiders 1st down. Carr hooking up with Cook. And they're down to 17 seconds now here after the spike. And incomplete here. So that will leave them with 16 on the clock. Carr to throw again. Well, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw on 3rd down. Carr. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. John Johnson with the INT. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, So special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Rams, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the